So I think we're gearing up to see a pretty big war here, just as big as the Russian-Qing War, except I think it's going to be a little bit more balanced on both sides. I say this because there are a lot less minor nations left in this world. Like in South America, really, I mean, we're just coming down to eventually a Brazilian-Peruvian war. As well as we've got Mexico, same way. Mexico now bordering Peru, whereas we have always had kind of an intense sort of showdown kind of gearing up in North America. We just haven't yet seen it, and I'm sure we will soon, but not yet. Africa is still going to be a pretty big mess for a while because there still are all these colonies. Eventually, they're going to get their independence. We're going to see a Middle Eastern war at some point between Egypt, Persia, and the Ottomans, or just, I don't know if it's going to be all three of them. It'll probably be two of those three, but it'll be pretty big. I don't know if there's going to be much that happens in Europe. It really depends. I mean, we have easily had the weakest European game I've ever seen in an EU4 campaign, where Austria does have a lot of strength, but Austria doesn't have to do anything. They're allied to everybody, and they're just trying to be nice to everybody for some reason. I guess it's possible that the Austrians might go after the Ottomans now, which is entirely a possibility. Do the Austrians hate Prussia? Yes, they do. The Austrians hate Prussia. They hate the Ottomans. They hate revolutionary France. I don't know if any of those nations, unless of course they work together, could team up against Austria, though. Prussia and France really should gang some sort of alliance or something like that. I mean, that would be a pretty smart move. Ooh, well, I see that France is supporting the independence of Belgian Southwest Africa. That will more than likely be a pretty bad thing for Belgium at some point, but we'll see. Let's go and double check on the wars. Some time has gone by. Again, you know, the British continuing to lose power. That's one thing I didn't even mention. I mean, the British they have got zero control that they started off in this campaign with. I mean, they started off with so much land and so much power, and now Scotland was released. I don't think it's going to stay like that for long. Also, when is this 46 stack going to go back home? I guess they're waiting for the American fleet. Maybe the American fleet got wiped out. That's possible. Oh, I didn't even realize this. Denmark had grabbed their land back. Those separatists caused Denmark. Oh, but they're back. But they're immediately at war with Norway. Who declared this war? I want to see who declared this. And they're losing the war by negative 45% war score. Holy crap. So Norway, I'm guessing just immediately, did they just grab their capital? Like right away? No. All right. Well, Norway's going to be looking pretty good. Is Sweden allied to anybody? Sweden is allied to Hamburg and why? And Gabon. Oh, well, that's because, yeah, the African colony. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and check on the wars. Mexico still has not eliminated the UPCA just yet. Have no idea why not. More than likely, I'm guessing by the end of this episode, maybe that's a little bit too soon, but I really think that the British will be completely kicked out of the island. Oh, bam, and Norway just grabbed Iceland. That's what they wanted. Norway now has Iceland for themselves. This campaign is looking very similar to almost a traditional 1444 start in EU4. We've got, obviously, the British, which would be England, Scotland, you know, the minor Irish nations. We've got Denmark, Sweden, and Norway with Iceland. Kind of similar, right? You kind of see it? No? Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying Normandy's here. Usually the English have that under their control. I see it. I see it a little bit. The Russians have finally stopped the rebels. There's a few left. There's a few occupations left, but they're doing okay. Whoa. So for some reason, it's weird. I'm guessing, I don't know how that really works, but Qing was like just slowly grabbing one province one by one. It wasn't like just like a boom, like just a big boom, like Kazakhstan. It was like a slow progress. Ooh, was Prussia at war with somebody? I believe they were. Oh, yes. Who did they just... Whoa! Prussia just took out all of the Netherlands. Holy crap, dude. Prussia, that is messed up. And Prussia's got some alliances allied to Mexico, as well as Portugal. Ooh, I love that. I've been waiting for Prussia to do something for this entire campaign. Ooh, and now they certainly will be able to. Now, they have no vassals. I figured they'd be vassalizing some of these minor nations in German lands, but I guess not yet. Still waiting for Prussia to form Germany at some point. I'd love to see something like that happen. And then a huge German-Austrian battle. But we'll see. We'll see. That might not happen. Okay, so we need to check on this, because I must have missed... There's probably been quite a few provinces exchanging hands, because I haven't really been paying attention, obviously. Poland's at war with somebody. All right. or maybe even a few nations popping a few other out of nations like Russia. Russia might have lost a bit more than we thought. So Poland's at war with these little guys. Poland is remember they're allied to Lithuania, so they should have some success here. I guess so. These guys had no alliances. Oh, that's sad. Oh, well, there you go, Poland. Good job, man. How's Russia doing? So Russia still has all of their alliances. They just have to obviously acquire their cores back, which is entirely possible, especially if Kazakhstan doesn't get any more alliances, if Qing doesn't get any more alliances. They'll be able to do the same thing. Hopefully this time they won't take as much, though. Korea still survives, but those Qing separatists are deep into Korean territory, all the way at the southernmost province in the Korean peninsula. That's pretty bad. That is really bad, actually. Okay, anyways. So besides all the big British wars, we should be seeing actually really nothing. British Columbia, I don't think is going to do much in trying to attack the Indonesian islands. It's very unlikely, I'm guessing. Ooh, notice this. Oman and Egypt are no longer allied. So that might be something kind of telling. Egypt might be planning on, yeah, they're probably going to attack Oman soon. Because Egypt and Oman had worked together to attack Yemen, and I guess for some reason Egypt's like, yeah, okay, we're done with that friendship, and I guess not anymore. So we'll see if that happens with Egypt. Egypt's going to probably continue to push after the Arabian Peninsula. I'm guessing Persia is going to go after the UAE at some point, because they don't like each other. Yeah, they don't like each other. Oh, that will definitely happen. Man, poor Persia. Poor Persia and just like the surrounding nations. I mean, first of all, they've got an alliance with Greece. That's good. Probably because of the rivalry that Greece and Persia. I'm guessing that Greece and the Ottomans have, because obviously Persia doesn't like the Ottomans either. They don't like the Ottomans. Morocco's got some terrible font right now. I feel so sad for them. The USA had taken over a few provinces from Segu, I believe. And I think even one more nation. I think there's a smaller, like one province minor that had just one thing over here, and that had been taken over. They're at war with these guys too, but they're too far away to have an impact. Nobody's allied to each other, right? Yeah, so all these smaller tribes left aren't allied to each other. Oh, I don't know. I didn't even realize that Egypt had a province, a coastal province in the Atlantic Ocean. That's actually a really good pickup for them. Especially if they could extend those lands at some point. That would be good. Sunni zealots. Now, is America pushing... No, they're not changing any religion. They're secular. Okay. Just wondering if they're pushing some, I don't know, Protestantism or something like that. I had figured we'd see something like that, but I guess not. Danish revolutionaries within Norwegian lands. Oh, Norway took a lot. Norway took more than we thought. Oh, no, this is Lubeck, I'm sorry. Well, I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's definitely not Liebeck, I don't think. They must have declared on Denmark right after Norway did. They're also allied to Austria, which is it's obviously a good friend to have. I feel bad for the British because they're still dealing with rebels. Even though they had to release Scotland, they're losing lands in the subcontinent of India, and they're still having to deal with stuff. I don't know if these guys are bugged or what, but this stack of American troops are not leaving for some reason Scottish lands. All right, let's double check on the wars. I'm surprised that Punjab hasn't gotten involved in anything. They have some alliances, but that is it. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so the British have pretty much pieced out with most things here. Ooh, we've got Brazil and Chile. Oh, that's messed up, Brazil. You were using that Chilean alliance just to help you attack Argentina, pretty much. That's what I see. Brazil is so aggressive. Oh my gosh. So the New World is very interesting in this campaign because obviously we've got some really big powers involved within these continents. It's pretty much going to be just Peru and Brazil because eventually Argentina is going to get wiped out. Then we're going to see. So in Latin America, it'll be Mexico, Peru, Brazil, and that's it. Actually, is this... Ooh, how did... Prussia, look at this. Prussia grabbed a piece of land in northern South America when they went after the Netherlands. That is hilarious. Wow. That is a very interesting pickup for them. Being allied to both Portugal and Mexico is a good start for Prussia. getting those friendships up after Austria's allied to obviously they've got some huge friends. All they really need is Russia, though. I'm guessing Brazil is not going to let this last for much longer at some point, but there's going to be a big naval war in the Atlantic when Brazil declares that on Prussia, especially because Mexico might actually damage Brazilian and Mexican affairs. Clearly would be bad. We've got Portuguese in British Columbia. They're probably going to get kicked out, though, soon. And just like that, Brazil has taken over all of Chile. Very easily. Just all of it. Oh, man. This is some crazy border gore that's going on in South America, that's for sure. And I do not think, I can practically promise you, Brazil and Peru, they're not going to be like North America. Where North America has yet to declare war on each other, no. These two nations, they will declare war. Peru and Brazil will eventually declare war on each other, and I just want to know who's going to have the advantage. I'm guessing it's going to be Brazil, but the longer Brazil waits, the better. Now, when does the truce end with Argentina and Brazil? 1907, which is right now. It just ended. So technically, well, don't go to war yet. Brazil probably took away a bit more than they should have from Chile, and they did that really fast too. They should probably wait a few more years, not too long though, because Peru is probably gearing up for a war against Argentina, as they don't really have much left to declare on. Because the UPCA, well, I don't know why the UPCA is still around. For some reason, Mexico hasn't began to attack the UPCA. Couple weird things going on so far. I might need to restart the game because, or restart the campaign. I'm sorry, just close the game and open it back up, because there's a few interesting regiments not doing anything. Like obviously the USA staying in Scottish lands. Do everything else. These guys have been at war for a long time. Looks like there might be a few. Ooh, Scotland versus Ireland. All right, well that's going to make things really difficult if they end up having success against Ireland. But actually, Ireland right now would end up winning that. I don't even know if the Scottish have a navy. Do they? I don't think they do. Obviously, if you do have a navy, you need a big one because you can't just send over 20,000 men if Ireland has 34,000. That's going to end in a pretty big disaster. Are they still dealing with the same naval Danish revolutionaries? Kind of. Norway's not taking them out, though, yet. And I think we're only down to maybe 2 provinces occupied in the Russian Empire. There you go, Russia. You survived it. I mean, it was bad. It could have been a lot better, but it's not terrible. It could have been... at the same time, it could have been worse. You didn't lose any of your alliances. Nobody declared war in Russia, which is a big deal. Surprised that happened. And I must have missed a Greece-Bulgarian war. So the AI has been going to war, and they've been going to war really fast. At the point where they're going to war and piecing out so fast that I'm missing some of them. And we're just seeing like provinces exchange hands like really, really quickly. We're only on speed 4. So I don't even know what the AI is doing right now. It is getting pretty late in the game. We're at 1909. And we're getting down to the final few peace deals. Oh, wait, okay, good. Good. So a few of those long-lasting wars have finally ended. We've got Mexico versus UPCA. That's still going on. But actually, why is Poland not winning this? Poland is not moving either. That is weird. Why aren't you moving? As well as, did you call in Lithuania? Okay, well, Poland didn't call in their ally Lithuania, so I guess that's makes it a little bit better? Question mark? Not really. Doesn't make it that much better because Poland still should have dominated. Russia's back up to 120,000 men. And where are the Chinese at? We'll probably check the ledger, I'm thinking, in the next video. If not the next video, probably the one after. It depends on several things. I'm probably going to progress the campaign a little bit more. That way we can speed it up, get to 2015 a bit faster. That's what I've been doing. Like I said, I think that's the right thing to do, especially during these parts where nothing is really happening. We got to wait for that South American war. I know that the South American continent will break out into war at some point, and it's going to be insane, as well as eventually North America, but I just don't know when. Obviously, all these nations hate each other. Well, I'm surprised British Columbia are still around. I'm surprised that Russia has allowed British Columbia to stay around. Especially without any alliances. Because remember, nobody really has alliances. Oh, Canada's allied to... Okay, never mind. Maybe that's why. So Mexico and the USA have no alliances. Russia obviously does. Their colony does. But the lone wolves are the USA and Mexico. And I don't exactly know how much power the USA is getting exactly from West Africa. I mean, how much could they, really? I don't think they could be getting that much power. Oh, and Peru's going to come and swoop this away from Mexico, aren't they? Yes, they are. They're doing it right now. Wow, so Mexico didn't do anything. Peru's going to come in, eat away at these two provinces, and that's going to be a bit more power to the south. Which it could be interesting. We pose the opportunity that Brazil has for maybe allying Mexico, but we could see the same thing Peru and the USA allying each other. Could make this a massive two-continental war. I think is entirely... Oh, no, Peru doesn't like USA, or vice versa. Okay. I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop it a little bit early. I'm going to probably progress the campaign for maybe a few years and see what goes down. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.